Here's how to get more qualified leads from the ad spend you are already paying for without simply pouring more money into cold traffic. Let's say your business is already spending £10,000 every month on ads. That budget is buying attention. But right now, you may be asking that attention to convert far too quickly. Think about what one cold advert is being asked to do. It has to stop the scroll, explain the service to some degree, build some trust, prove that you are credible, handle the prospect's objections, and convince a complete stranger to give you their details or book an appointment. That's a lot to ask of someone who has just seen your ad for the first time. That is how you end up with the low quality leads and a whole load of wasted ad spend. They've seen one advert, they barely know who you are. And their first question is usually, how much is it? Or what's your best price? Your sales team is not closing warm demand. They are building trust from zero. Most businesses respond by increasing the budget, changing the targeting, or rebuilding the funnel. But the answer is not necessarily more cold traffic. After more than 6 years building lead generation and appointment setting systems, the pattern is simple. The colder the prospect, the more work your sales team has to do. What is missing is a warm acquisition layer between the first impression and the inquiry. Instead of asking every cold stranger to become a lead immediately, you earn a smaller commitment first. Their attention. You publish proven AI videos that people choose to watch. You then build audiences from the people who watch and engage. Now, your next advert is not speaking to a complete stranger. It is speaking to someone who already recognizes the business, understands the problem, and has seen some of your proof. That changes the starting point of the entire sales conversation. Here is how the complete system works. First, you take the assets already inside the business: customer results, reviews, completed work, expertise, frequently asked questions, processes, objections your sales team hears every week. You turn those assets into short form social first AI videos. Those videos get viewers interested in that content. Those views become a retargeting audience. Those audiences then see proof, trust, process, objection handling, and offer ads based on what they have already consumed. Once someone raises their hand, the form qualifies them. The right lead gets routed to the right appointment, and the final sale is tracked back to the video and advert that helped create it. This is not content sitting on social media doing nothing. It is a closed loop from proof to attention, from attention to pipeline, and from pipeline to revenue. Here are the types of videos that feed the system. A finished project becomes a before and after story. A customer result becomes a case study video. A common price objection becomes an explanation video. A question the sales team answers every week becomes an educational video. And a complicated process becomes a simple behind the scenes walkthrough. You are not inventing random content ideas every month. You are turning the evidence already inside the business into assets that pre sell the service. This is where a normal content strategy usually stops. It celebrates the views. We treat the view as a signal. Someone who watched half of a detailed customer story has behaved differently from someone who scrolled past after 1 second. So we build audiences around that behavior, including deeper video viewers, repeat viewers, and active page engagers. The audience is no longer simply cold or warm. It is segmented by the depth of attention they have already given you. And because the behavior is different, the next message should be different. Cold audiences receive attention-led creative. Engaged viewers receive stronger proof, process clarity, objection handling, and the direct offer. Then, before they reach the diary, the form checks the things your sales team actually cares about: the service they need, their location, their timescale, their suitability, and their level of intent. So you are not simply producing more leads, you are filtering for better ones. Then every inquiry moves through the CRM: new inquiry, qualified, appointment booked, quote sent, won. And because the creative ID follows that journey, you can see which video created attention, which advert created the inquiry, and which message helped create actual revenue. That is how you stop making important decisions using views and cheap lead costs alone. The objective is not the cheapest form submission, it is the creative and campaign that produce customers. Compare these two journeys. On one side, a cold advert asks for the inquiry immediately. It produces a low context lead, and it leaves the sales team to perform all the education and trust building afterwards. On the other side, the prospect sees proof, chooses to watch, gets retargeted, qualifies, books, and arrives at the sales conversation with context. Same business, same offer, completely different starting point for the sales conversation. You are not replacing your current ads. You are adding a warm acquisition layer around them, a layer that helps turn more of the attention you are already generating into trust, qualified appointments, and trackable revenue. And because every customer outcome becomes new proof for the next cycle, the system gets stronger over time instead of resetting every time another cold impression is purchased. If your service based business is already spending at least £5,000 per month on ads, and you want to see how this would plug into your existing acquisition system, click the link below and book a strategy call. We will map the attention to revenue journey around your offer, your proof, and your sales process. Because the goal is not more content, it is more prospects who trust you before they inquire.